Thank you very much. What an honor it is to be here tonight. Leon, thank you for that marvelous introduction. It's a terrific honor to be here, and I am a graduate of the National Defense University and the National War College, class of '92. Let's keep that straight. You know, one of the things I learned at National Defense University, and I'd like to use it as a theme as I introduce Secretary Clinton, is this idea of smart power, which I think can be simply summarized, and this is something Secretary Clinton talked about a great deal during the 4 years I spent working alongside her as the Supreme Allied Commander at NATO. It's the confluence of diplomacy, of development, and defense. And over the course of my time in the military, I found increasingly that our military is very, very good at combat, at launching Tomahawk missiles. What we can do better is launch ideas. Tonight, we have an opportunity to pay tribute to someone who has launched ideas throughout her life, throughout her career. I will not declaim the many, many stages that Hillary Rodham Clinton has passed through. I think they're well known to everybody here. What we can agree upon is that she is an American patriot, and that this award is for her from all of us. I recall vividly during the 4 years I was serving, watching Secretary Clinton. She traveled 1 million miles, hit 112 countries, and spent 41 days, 401 days on the road in a 4-year period. Now, to have hit those numbers, there are only two explanations. One is that Secretary Clinton can bend the laws of physics, and the other is that there are actually two Hillary Clintons out there. And the answer, of course, is neither of those. She does the work of 2, of 20, of 200, with her energy, with her enthusiasm, and with her boundless determination to improve our world. I'll give you 2 short vignettes from my time in the world of NATO, where I had a chance to see the Secretary in vivid stature. One was a conference several years ago, she'll remember this, where the NATO ministers of defense were discussing Russia and missile defense. And as is often the case in NATO, the conversation went on and on and on, and there was high emotion from time to time. And at one point, I looked over at Secretary Clinton, and she was making some notes very quietly. She asked the Secretary General if she could have the floor very politely. And then she laid out a position of balance, a position of common sense, a position that today remains NATO's position in dealing with the Russian Federation, in this case, on missile defense. It was like watching cool water poured on a smoldering fire. The room suddenly fell into line behind the Secretary of State, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the United States. It was an extraordinary moment, Secretary Clinton. Thank you. I'll give you one other example, and it was more recently, perhaps a year ago, in Brussels. And in this setting, Secretary Clinton was working with the European Union, with the many nations of Europe. We were in a small room with very senior political leaders from every nation, as well as very senior military, and the topic was the Balkans. It was tension between Kosovo and Serbia. This is a region the Secretary knows extremely well. And again, the debate flowed back and forth until Secretary Clinton said, "Let me give you a few ideas." And in that American, Midwestern, authentic voice, she laid out crisply a plan that today is the basis for increasing positive interaction between Kosovo and Serbia. She commanded the room with grace, with intelligence, with, of course, the power of her office, but also her ability to communicate ideas. As I look forward at the international world, it is clear to me that balance, intelligence, the ability to communicate, all of these are part of a nation's ability to interact in the international world. Secretary Clinton, in her time as our Secretary of State, our Minister of Foreign Affairs, was a visible, powerful, and utterly competent presence on the international scene. Join me in a round of applause for a terrific Secretary of State, Hillary Rodham Clinton.